topic number 2. As you well know, most polls are worthless and flawed. But one of them amongst all now has shown itself to be completely discredited, even though it holds itself up to be valid, and that's the Gallup poll. I was watching Fox News this morning for a few moments, and I watched the empty head Megyn Kelly, who they've given, she has as many new hairdos as Obama does faces. And although they've given Megyn Kelly a new hairdo, her popularity has plummeted like that of one of the candidates for the Republican Party, whichever one has plummeted most recently. And I was watching this morning, they had a bumptious fool on who they always have on as a conservative talk show host. I don't know his name. He has very low ratings. And he agreed with Megyn Kelly that illegal immigration is a very low priority problem for Americans. And I said, wait a minute. And then Megyn Kelly of Fox News holds up a sign, or it's posted on Fox News, showing that according to a Gallup poll, only 3% of Americans think that the most important problem facing this country is immigration. And the most important problem, according to Megyn Kelly in the Gallup poll, is unemployment. So I said, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. I know unemployment's a higher problem to most Americans, but it can't be as low as 3%, especially when you see a Megyn Kelly holding it up as the truth. So I actually did some digging for you, and that is this. I have found that the Gallup poll is completely and totally discredited now. I deconstructed this biased poll for you, and what I'm about to disclose for you on this show should lead you to understand that the Gallup poll should never be listened to for any reason whatsoever again. Okay? So how did they conduct the poll? How many people, and who were the people? After all, I have a Ph.D. in epidemiology from the University of California at Berkeley, so I can do basic baby statistics. And polls are baby statistics, right? And as you well know, the question you ask will give you the answers you want, and the people you ask will often bias the poll in a direction you want it biased. So they ask, what do you think is the most important problem facing this country today? Unemployment, 32%. Economy, 31%. Blah, blah, blah. Immigration, 3%. What? Is that real? Well, who did they ask? And here we found the answer for you on the Savage Nation. Results for this Gallup poll, now a discredited piece of garbage, are based on telephone interviews with a random sample of 1,005 adults. Now, let's stop right there. What do you mean a random sample? Does that mean illegal aliens? Does that mean prisoners? Does that mean non-English speakers? Yes. And that's not 1,000 voters now, not 1,000 registered voters, 50% Dem, 50% Repub, or 50-50, 30-30, and 40 independents. 1,000 adults, right? But it gets even worse. It shows you that the Gallup poll is now a complete arm of the Obama administration, because here it goes. Interviews were conducted in Spanish for respondents who are primarily Spanish-speaking. Now here it comes. It gets even worse. The samples are weighted by gender, age, race, Hispanic ethnicity, education, region, adults in the household, and phone status. What does that mean to you, the average listener? Samples are weighted. In other words, it's an affirmative action investigation. If you're gender, meaning if you're female, you get more points for your answer than if you're male. If you're non-white, you get more points for your answer than if you're white. If you're Hispanic, you get even more points than anybody. So what would you expect a Spanish-speaking illegal to be interested in? Would they be interested in reforming immigration and throwing the illegals out of the country? Of course not. And so therefore, I'm trying to show you how bad it is in the country today. We have reached the level, almost the level, of the government media complex when Pravda was operational in the Soviet Union. And now we have it under Obama. We see that Megyn Kelly of Fox News is now completely discredited. And not to